in, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's Badger. We're back. Yes, it's start of season 3 of the podcast. Changed the name again, so I do apologize for that. It's the last change. It's going to be the Gaming Burrows gaming podcast. And yeah, as you guys know, I do like to play video games, and I had an idea recently that we'd start looking at some video games that have had movies or TV series made after. So yeah, that is what we're doing today. Now, quite a few I could start from, but decided to start on the Halo TV series. Those of you who know me, uh, I've grown up with the Halo series, played it a lot, really enjoyed the games and everything. Um, so I was curious to see how this would go. Now, what I'm going to be doing is for this series, I'm going to be doing uh, watching each episode and then reviewing it on the podcast afterwards. So I have watched the first episode of this series. And yeah, we've got 2 seasons to get through this apparently, so we will eventually get around to that. But yeah, I'm just going to uh, go through the episodes. I'm just going to give my opinions on things, and again, I'm trying to keep an open mind with this, and obviously it's going to split people regards to if I think it's good or not. It has really split the fan base a bit, I think, from people liking it and people who play the games and things. But yes, this is just going to be my honest opinion about each episode. Basically, and as I said, I'm going to try and keep an open mind with this. Now, just a quick little background on this one. So the Halo TV series is set while the Master Chief is still on Reach. So it sets, as far as I can tell, a bit before the Halo game series actually starts, or well, Halo Combat Evolved to be precise, because Halo Reach is the fall of Reach, basically. So it's before the first Halo game, basically. So yeah, you basically start off this episode by seeing a bunch of rebels on another planet, which is alright to start with. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. It's nice to see the rebels because it's before the Covenant really start showing up. There's a lot of insurrectionists that the Spartans have to deal with, and the UNSC has problems with insurrectionists as well. Now, the first thing that really caught my eyes with these rebels is, yes, I know they're supposed to be rebels. They're not supposed to have all the latest tech and everything like that, but I'm pretty sure I saw some AK-47s there, and the shotguns they had looked out of place as well. Now this is coming from the game side of it. They don't look like they belong there. I mean, it just feels like they're being a bit lazy with that design. Really, it's just like, oh, what should we give them? Should we make them have some form of assault rifles? No, no, we're not going to do that because maybe that's not. Who is it? We're just going to give them AK-47s. Apparently, AK-47s can withstand the test of time and space, apparently. So that looked really, really. I have to admit, it was one thing I couldn't look away from. Much as I tried to ignore it, is it was there. It's just like it does feel out of place there. Again, the shotguns. This is going back to the game because they did make a design for the shotgun. They could have tried to get something a little bit more like the shotgun, or I would like to seen that. Um, but yeah, it was that. And we did get to see elites fairly early on, but oh, what did they do to the elites? The elites, I don't know. The first time I saw them, I thought it was brutes. I was just sitting there, just like, wait a minute, brutes don't even come in till Halo 2. I was just like, what is this? But yeah, they were elites, and the design of them, oh, that was painful to look at. They were chunky elites. That's what they were. It's just no. If you played the games, you know what the elites will look like, and if not, Google it. Just go and Google Halo elites, and you'll see what they should look like. But it literally just looked like someone just gone, okay, we want to recreate these. Here's the original design. Um, someone's like, okay, I'm just going to inflate it and just take all the intricacies out of the armor as well. And it's just like, it looked so bad. I mean, they're trying their own thing. Hats off to them, but it did look really bad and really out of place. So that, although the elites were cool when they were actually on the screen, it was just the armor really just distracted it from the elites. I was hoping they'd be a bit more faithful to the armor in the game, in the games, than what they did on it as well. And I'm sorry, but also just why did I think they missed an opportunity for a reference? Why did no elite go what? If you know the games, you know that reference. Again, it's just like you missed something out there. Like not asking them just constantly around going what what to everyone. Just like just a little bit in the background, it's like one little clip. Would love that. That would have been brilliant to see. Um, but yeah, I do have to give them credit for the design of the Pelican. That looked fantastic. You could see the Pelican a few times in the first episode. That looked really good actually. That was really well done. Uh, Pretty sure that was all CGI, so that did look really good. Um, as well. And the other thing I was a bit unsure about was it was 10 minutes before Master Chief actually shows up. I mean, the whole thing with Halo is Master Chief is the main character. It, if you're giving it 10 minutes before you put the main character in to the story, what are you doing? We don't need a lore building. Most people who are watching this probably know the lore and probably know what should be happening, where they should be in things. You don't need to wait 10 minutes for us to follow these rebels around for a little. This rebel kid follow this rebel kid around. There, right? And then 10 minutes later, Master Chief turns up. It's like this feels like it took way longer than it should have for Master Chief to turn up. Obviously, we did get into a bit of battle there with Chief and his Spartan team against the elites that were there. It was only elites we saw, which I was quite surprised about. I would have thought we probably would have got to see some grunts, but we didn't get to see any grunts, which is quite surprising, really. I don't know why, because it was always the grunts were always there with elites in the game. Most of the time, pretty much what I remember anyway. Um, yeah. Now in this one, which I did find odd as well, Master Chief's team is Silver Team. It's not Blue Team. Again, going back to the games, it's pretty much, as far as I recall, always been Master Chief has been with Blue Team. He's led Blue Team. And I even googled it because it's like Silver Team. Like that's a bit odd. But I know they have different teams and everything for the Spartans. But I did have to Google this. It's like I don't think I've ever heard of Master Chief being on a Silver Team, and I know it is possible because I did a bit of googling and it did say that like there's people who've the Spartans that have been on multiple different teams. Like even some of the main team members from Blue Team were on, like one of them was on Red Team and one Green Team before they came to Blue Team. So it is possible, but it does again seems a bit weird. Seems like we're taking things away a bit too much from the Master Chief there. So people have, as I said, I was googling this. People have dubbed this the Silver Team timeline. Um, so I don't know if it. I personally wouldn't call it canon. Again, going from the games and the lore from the games, it's just I don't recall anything about Silver Team ever being there and Chief being with Silver Team. Um, Now while we were in the battle as well, there were some good little references because we had some game sounds as well. You actually got to see a bit of the heads up display in Chief's helmet, which looked pretty much like the game, which was good. Actually, I thought it was a good little nod there. You do see his shields deplete, and you did hear the classic doot, 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 and the recharging sound as well. That was a good little touch to it. Uh, and yet the action scene itself was alright. There's one bit I wasn't quite sure looked well. I thought it could look better than it was, really, to be honest. Um, sorry. So yeah, but apart from that, the action was very good, and the armor on the Spartans looked really good actually. I think there's probably practical effects on that. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm guessing it is, uh, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure that was practical. But the armor is very well, very well made and looks really, really good actually. Um, and we did also have the intro music. Now, the intro music, oh, they missed something here. Now, obviously, this is the first episode and everything, so yeah, keep that in mind. But the intro music, they did miss something on there. Uh, And I almost thought when I first heard it, I thought, are we going to hear the Halo Cantonales that everyone loves from the Halo Combat Evolved menu in the background? No, we didn't. We got some weird thing that almost felt like it was trying to be Game of Thrones. Not just the music, but that as well. And the way we're seeing sort of, I didn't really like how they did it. The intro, even the video. I mean, go and watch the intro. You can find the intro on YouTube. Well, but it was just like the armor was materializing around him. Now, personally, I think it would have been better if we could have seen a whole sort of sequence for the opening of Master Chief's armor being put on him. I think that would have looked a lot better. Which again, we have seen, and you do see it in this episode. You do see it briefly happening, a Spartan getting their armor put on by one of the machines. And again, we've seen it in the games as well. I think it was Halo 4, I think. Yeah, Halo 4, I think we saw it. We saw it towards the end of Halo 4. I think that would have been a pretty good way for way to do the intro there as well. Yeah, so I would have liked at least the music to be closer to the games, really, for the intro, because I thought that would have been better. Now, we do get quite a few characters pop up as well. Again, it's the first episode, so we're sort of setting the scenes and things. You'll see Dr. Halsey. Oh, Halsey? Yeah, Halsey, I think that's how you say it. So again, if you know the games, you're probably going to know who she is. And if you've played the Reach game, you should know who she is. She does turn up in the later Halo games as well. You get to see Captain Keyes and Miranda. Miranda Keyes, so Captain Keyes' daughter as well, which is quite surprising to see both of them really. Because again, this is something I had to do a bit of a double take on and check. They were on Reach for a bit, Miranda Keyes especially. Um, Captain Keyes, I didn't really think he had much to do with Reach. I mean, I know obviously he's there at the end of Halo Reach the game, and obviously the start of Halo 1, he's there as well. So he probably did. It's probably something I just didn't read beforehand or didn't really look into enough when I first initially played that. So it was nice to see them. But the portrayal of Captain Keyes uh, at one point didn't really feel that it was very faithful to the game portrayal of him again. And again, I know there are probably people thinking, well, they're trying to do their own thing. It's just like, got to keep in consideration how they've been portrayed in the games. If someone's played the games, that's what they're going to expect to see. It's what I expected to see, not this person who's portrayed him. So who knows? Maybe it could just be a case of it's the first episode again, and we're going to get more into to Captain Keyes' sort of trail, so to speak, later episodes as well. Now, one thing I really didn't like about it is the Spartans were obviously were talking to each other, but it was always sounding like they were just on a radio. Now, I know they've probably got internal comms in their helmets to communicate with each other. I completely understand that. But never in any game of the Halo series has it ever sounded like they're on the radio, like a talk and then sort of over like kind of thing. Or a little bit like talkies, stuff like that. I mean, again, if you watch the episode, you probably understand what I mean. And if you compare it to the games, we've always had clear talking for all the Spartans. Chief's always spoken clearly. All the other Spartans that have turned up have spoken clearly as well to each other and to everyone else around them. It's always been, you can hear them clearly as if they didn't have a helmet on. So I don't know what they were thinking there, and it does seem a bit of unnecessary thing there to have. Again, I can't see why they're trying to do it. I don't think they needed to. That was the problem. And we did see a little bit of a spoiler for the first episode. If you haven't seen it yet, I won't give you much, but I'll just tell you there was a Forerunner artifact that does appear. I'm quite surprised that that's appearing. I didn't think the Forerunner artifacts were really supposed to start appearing until Halo Combat Evolved and later on. Again, it's been ages since I played Reach, but I don't recall if there was any Forerunner artifacts in that game, because I think Reach was more about the Covenant trying to take down Reach, because obviously it was where all the Spartans come from. So I was quite surprised to see that, and felt that was maybe a little bit shoehorned in. I don't think it was maybe needed, but I think that could be something they could be leading up to as well, which I hope they are leaning up to something about that, because again, in my mind, you start talking about the Forerunners, my brain goes, okay, you've mentioned the Forerunners, you've shown us this for what I assume is a Forerunner artifact. Um, right, when are we going to start seeing actual Halo rings? When are we going to start hearing like, about Guilty Spark, 343, the library, etc., and all that, the Flood, etc.? That's when I sort of think if you're going to start doing that, I would expect it to start following the trajectory of the games, but I don't know if they're doing that just yet. But so we've seen one of them already, which is again a bit odd, but could be interesting. So waiting to see what happens with that as well. Now another thing I did find weird, again, Master Chief. He referred to himself as the Master Chief in his recording, which is quite surprising, really. There's a couple of times where he records what's happened, and then Dr. Hazley, I can't remember how he should pronounce her name, to be honest. He sees the recording, and it's like he's recording it himself, and he actually sort of says Spartan 117, Master Chief Petty Officer. Obviously, he is the Master Chief Petty Officer of that. But it's just very weird for it to hear him refer to himself as Master Chief Petty Officer. Again, this is something that's never been done in the games before either. So that was, yeah, really quite surprising. I wasn't a big fan of that, I will admit. On the plus side, though, we did get to see High Charity, which was quite interesting to see. That looked very good and very well designed as well. We got to see the Prophet of Mercy. Yes, we got to see Mercy. He was there, which I quite liked his design. But there was another bit when we got to see High Charity with Mercy in it, which again I find really weird. I don't know what they're trying to do here. I'm hoping it does pay off in later episodes. And again, a little bit of a spoiler if anybody's going to watch this. For some weird reason, there is a human on board High Charity, not as a prisoner as far as I could tell, but reading some kind of book with ancient Covenant language in it. So I'm not quite sure what that is about. Hopefully, it is something that's going to be explained later on, but who knows? And if anybody's watching this and you have seen the rest of the season, please don't spoil it for me, because obviously I'm making my way through it at the moment. And obviously, they're referring to Master Chief as the demon already. Now, this is another little thing. Again, it's a small thing, but I do question it, because I don't think they would have started calling him demon straight away. I mean, I'm not sure. I would have thought the demon probably would have more come in when it's sort of from Halo. So from the first Halo, from Halo Combat Evolved, I think that's where demon or the name of the demon, I should say, sorry, that the Covenant gives Master Chief would have become more prominent. Again, I don't know if it was something he got really early on or what. Yeah, and we did get to see a rebel sort of follow Master Chief around, which was interesting to see. But I felt it was a little bit unnecessary in that case as well. Now the other thing that I just thought was really quite bad was that Master Chief tried to make a joke, and it was just like, no, you don't do that. Master Chief doesn't make jokes. He's got his classic lines from the games. We all know that. Like, I need a weapon. Told them to be cameras, or whether that line is, can't remember. He has all those lines, which are really good lines. Classic ones as well. But yeah, him making a joke, it's just like, oh, why? Like, it wasn't needed. So yeah, and towards the end of it as well, of the episode, we did have Master Chief sort of, I would say, somewhat rebelling against the UNSC, which is a bit odd. But again, I think that's kind of then trying to portray his humanity of it. There's a few more bits, and I won't go into every single little bit, just in case anybody does want to watch the episodes themselves and make up their own mind as well. But the one thing which I didn't like the most about the first episode, and I think there's probably a lot of people who I would guess agreed with me. I've not actually looked at this, but we all know. So if you're a Halo gamer, you know the lore. Master Chief's face has never been revealed in any of the games. You've seen his helmet about to be taken off, but you never get to see the full face. He takes his helmet off in this episode. Why would you do that? It's not. I can't even fathom why they thought this would be a good idea, because you're annoying the fan base straight away as soon as you decide to do that. Now, I googled this because I was just like, I'm sure I heard something about what their idea was behind this. Their idea is to give him the more sort of human emotions and show his humanity more and things like that. And it's just like, no, it's like you don't do that, because again, going back to the games, is it Steve Downs, I think is the name of the guy who voiced Master Chief? He's done the voice acting. He can portray all the emotions brilliantly through his voice acting. Especially in the later games, you can definitely tell he's really doing really well with his emotions. Well, portraying the emotions as he speaks for Master Chief in the games, especially in Halo Infinite as well. You see it quite a bit more, I think, in that one than some of the other ones. But you do see it, obviously, when he's trying to find Cortana and things like that in the games, etc. But it's just, you don't need to do that. And this is the thing I think that probably one of the things I didn't like the most, and I think probably a lot of the Halo community didn't like, is it does feel that they've just kind of gone, no, we don't need to look to the games for guidance. We just need the basics and the rights and things like that, and we'll do what we want. And I just really thought that was really, really bad. I mean, I did not like it at all that it's happened. Um, so you see him without his helmet, and again, yeah, it's to give their star of the show. You can see his face, which I can understand that point of view, but it's just like, in the lore of Halo, Chief never takes his helmet off to show his face to anyone. There's not supposed to be many people that have seen his face, as far as I'm aware. I mean, his Spartan team probably have, so Blue Team probably have, Dr. Halsey has, maybe a few other people. Those are the only instances I can think of that it might have happened, really. But yeah, as soon as I saw him took the helmet off, I was just like, no, don't do that. Don't do this to the character that has been portrayed perfectly throughout the games and with brilliant amounts of emotion on the voice acting in all the games. But the producers wanted it because they wanted it to show more the human side of things. So I really didn't like that, and I really do think it was a bad move. I don't think they should have done that at all. I think they should have just completely cut that bit. Just don't show him taking his helmet off as well. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the first episode, but the end I did sort of feel a bit more invested in it. I was a bit like, okay, I kind of do want to see where this goes. I do want to see what happens as well. But I think overall, for first episodes, this wasn't very good. I'd have to give this 4 out of 10 episode, because I just don't think it was very good overall. There's a few little bits that kept me going. And like I said, I will be watching the rest of the series, so I will as well. But overall, not the best first episode, I have to admit. So, excuse me. Yeah, so that is my review of the first episode of the Halo TV series done. I will be getting on to the second episode at some point. Again, similar format as well. Yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget we've got the older episodes as well from season one, or not, season one of the podcast and season two of the podcast as well. Where hopefully we'll be getting some more episodes done. I'm going to be looking to do some more episodes regarding like movies and TV series that come from video games. So again, just to reiterate, these will be coming from these are TVs or movies where the game was out first and then they made the movie from the game as well. So we'll be looking at different. We've got quite a very range of things to look at. We've got like what Combat Ones, Street Fighter, Super Mario Bros. Movies, the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. Got the Halo series, which is starting now. There's the Devil May Cry anime just got released recently as well. So we've got quite a few to do. I will have to be getting some guests on and things. Well, and there's some other movies to come from games, which hopefully we can get a chance to look at as well. But guys, yeah, that's my opinion on the first episode of Halo. So please tell a friend about the podcast. Word of mouth really does help. Send them a link, send them any clips or anything if there's things like that of it that I can get around to doing. And yeah, just let people know about it. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And we're going up onto Spotify as a video and also uploaded to YouTube as well. So I hope you did enjoy it, guys. And hopefully it'll keep you interested and you'll be here for the next episode. If you've got any suggestions for anything for me to look at, whether it be games that have had TV series or movies made for them, then please do drop it in the comments for me to have a look at. I know there's quite a few. Or if there's any gaming related topics you'd like me to look at or discuss with someone, then, again, please drop them down in the comments. I'm always willing to see what people want me to talk about. And